You ever look back on those memories 1 year ago today and then you just cringe at yourself? It's a good sign because it shows that you're actually growing. And when I saw that I'm actually willing to put myself in front of a camera and speak, willing to embrace my mistakes and just move on over them, I knew that I was growing as a person. You know, it's almost like your diet when you can't understand the instant effects of eating like shit versus the instant positives of eating on a healthy diet. You have to let it accumulate in order to really understand it. So if I'm eating like shit, obviously by tomorrow I won't really notice it. I will feel kind of bad. But a couple weeks from now, a few months from now, that's when it really starts to kick in. That's when my brain fog is just so insane that I can't even speak correctly, you know? And it's the same way with, we can use this logic with failing and being successful, because failing is inevitable. It's obvious that I'm gonna fail. It's obvious that you're gonna fail. It's obvious that we're all gonna fail at something that we do. But the great thing about this is that if failing is inevitable, so is success. And I say that because failing cannot exist without coexisting without success. They both need to complement each other. And the thing about statistics, you know how 90% of businesses fail? I don't know the exact number, but 90% of businesses fail. New businesses. It's because there's this period in time where it's an uphill, right? So you're right here, and this is where you start out. This is your motivation. This is where, hey, I'm understanding that I have the potential to actually do this. And then it starts getting harder and harder, and you actually have to put effort into getting up the hill. This is where most people stop. This is a few percentage of people stop. And you know how the rule says when you're giving 100%, you're actually only giving 70% of your efforts. It's the same exact model right here. Because after this, it just keeps going and going and going. But the truth about this right here, about this little example that I'm showing you, is that there's always going to be a bigger mountain to climb, a bigger hill to climb over. And that's the great thing about it. Because do you really love the success, or do you love the steps it takes to climb the hill? Truthfully, being on top of the hill wouldn't matter if you got on it with a helicopter. People want to just skip the process of and get instant gratification, but the truth is you love the steps that it took to get on top of that hill. Otherwise, if you were just born on top of it, if you were just dropped on top of it, it would not feel as great. That's the truth about it. So you need to understand that the more you put yourself out there, the more you put yourself, for me as an example, the more I put myself in front of a camera and stutter and don't know what word to say next, is the more I eventually get better at it. It's the same with YouTube. I'm starting out, I have no views, but I know at least 2 years from now, 1 year from now, things can change, and so much can change in 6 months that I will only look back at this moment and this video right here specifically and understand that I did keep my word, and how much I progressed and how much I once didn't know. Because it's the same exact saying with the best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago. The second best time is now. Understand the opportunity you have right now, because someone in their hospital bed is wishing to be you right now. Wishing to at least be scrolling with a finger that works, with a hand that can actually be worked upon with their nerves. You know, you are more than blessed, and I'm no better than you. I still struggle with the things I struggle with. I'm not going to put it out loud, but you are blessed. You just need to take action. You're not lazy. You're just putting your efforts into the wrong things. That's really all it is. I failed multiple times in this video, pronouncing words wrong, stuttering, things of that sort. But at least I'm putting myself out there. And I find happiness, I find almost a sense of purpose in failing, because I know if I keep going, success is coming to me.